That's what a person can talk about. But it also gives the ones that's fresh out of the penitentiary doing 20 years time to help and save their own self. Yes, sir. When they release their energy as far as their story to these kids, they know that they have to change up.
What's up, Sacramento? Y'all listening to 97.5 KDEE, another episode of Hip Hop After Dark. My name is Forgotten One.
And I'm One Go. And Lucky Goat is in the building.
My name is Aaron Cardoza. I grew up in Del Paso Heights. I went by the street name of AB.
I grew up in foster care, so, I was out looking for love, looking for friends, looking for my family, my mother, my father,
But like I said, that kind of sent me to the streets, to look, at what the gangs is doing or what these guys outside doing, more than, trying to have love at the house. I was in the streets trying to find it. Sacramento was kind of moving fast back when I was growing up in the early 90s. A lot of gangs going on, running around different people. And I just, at one point joined the gang because I had got shot.
And when I woke up, it was a light that woke me up, a big light in the sky woke me up. After I seen the light, I got up and then I fell down in front of a house knocking on their door. A white lady came out and I asked her to call the ambulance and she slammed the door and said no. Her son came and said, "I got you."
When I was in the back of the ambulance, I asked the lady if I was gonna make it, and she was like, "I don't think so, baby." And at that point, I fell asleep in a coma, really just seeing my life flash ahead of me. When I was in that coma, that's what I had seen from the day I was born to the day this happened. But when I woke up, the hospital was filled up with dudes I knew. I didn't know that they was like my partners, like they cared, like it was friends, but it was, and it was all bloods.
It was like, man, we know who did it. We know what's going on. We got you. Here's a pistol. And at that point, I said, hey, that's what I am. And I wanted to get that dude. That gun led to a lot of crimes. Started robbing people, shooting at people. I ended up shooting at a crib inside of a mall.
And that's what sent me to the penitentiary for 10 years.
My name's Timothy Poole. I'm from Sacramento, California, Oak Park to be exact. I was going to Southern University and I came home for a spring break. I'm working hard at school, trying to pay tuition and stay afloat, but it didn't happen like that. I got curious and wanted, to make my own money. See my cousin named Boo, and Boo had a knot of money and a brand new BMW. I was like, "Cousin, what you doing?" He's like, "Yeah, man, this is how I get it, man. I sell these Hubbard rocks." And so he put me on. So me, being gullible, trying to get money, one of my partners, he's like, "Well, man, we're gonna go by 2nd Avenue because ain't nobody over there." I went and got my product, went to 2nd Avenue, car pulled up, and then somebody in the backseat said, "What's your name?" I said, "T-Dog." He's like, "No, that ain't T-Dog." And so I went to pull up my double goose jacket with the fur on it, and once I lifted it up over my eyes, I seen fire out the gun about 8 inches come out the gun, and I didn't even know I was hit. I just seen the fire. I always tell this story, man. God allowed me to get shot in my mouth because I wasn't speaking for him. Allowed me to get hit in both my legs because I wasn't walking for him, and allowed me to get hit in my back because I turned my back on him. I died twice. They brought me back to life, and then I ended up being in a coma for 3 months. And so in that coma, I heard something say, "I'm not ready for him." And she said, "Well, he's willing and he's ready." And then that other voice said, "I'm not ready for him right now." Once I got out of that coma and the police came in, they took me to the county jail.
And when I got out, I wasn't changed or rehabilitated because prison don't do that to you. It just makes you a worse criminal.
What helped me change was more of an organization from my neighborhood that asked me to come out and change the narrative of the youth.
Definitely by working with the kids helped me change myself.
And when I caught that last time, them was the worst 3 years I ever done. When I got out, went to purchase some drugs, and my partner told me, "Hey, man, I ain't selling you no dope." He said, "Man, you too good for this, man. You need to get out the game, man. You got a lot going on for yourself." Because I was a DJ, I was doing a lot. And so I decided, to change my life, man.
I'm from the north area, One Gone's from the south area, and he does good work out there with our youth, and I'm in the north doing the same thing. And they brought us together to collab and to really save our babies, man.
Jay King and the late, great Marvell Reed, they wanted to bring a show together to speak on gun violence, but also to bring youth voice to 97.5 and to let our young folks know that their voice is right here on Hip Hop After Dark.
Purpose of Hip Hop After Dark, man, is bringing mentoring to the radio to have a bigger view, a bigger audience, bringing it to the radio and have these real conversations for our parents out there to listen to understand what their kids are going through, you know, because a lot of parents don't know.
I didn't know who he was. I knew his work. And so when I finally met him and I walked up to him and I said, hey man, appreciate you, you know, I'm one gone, man. And then we talked for a minute, and then the next thing you know, we end up becoming partners doing this work at 97.5 KDEE.
Hip Hop After Dark.
Hip Hop After Dark. What? Please tell me more.
On Saturday night, the livest place to be in Sacramento is right next to your radio. From 7 to 9, listening to Hip Hop After Dark, hosted by One Gone and the Forgotten One on 97.5 KDEE.
I got a young life in here, man, from the Young Gents program named JJ.
What's up, baby? How you doing?
We got Young Collar in the building. What's up, brother?
What's going on, y'all? Like I said, my brother dying, that was his thing he was supposed to do, is walk that stage, literally.
You gotta look towards your present and future because that's what's important.
He got killed in that same month he was supposed to graduate. That led me to, I gotta do it, I gotta finish it for him, so.
Yes, sir.
Learn to forgive because the Lord says, you know, not to forgive 7 times, but 77.
He didn't tell you about the job they got, too. I got him a job. He working, JJ working.
Universal Cafe, y'all gotta come check us out, Universal Cafe.
You got a purpose. Like you said, God has a purpose for you, and you're gonna stand on that. And that purpose is to save the youth. You are a vessel being used from God.
I'm glad I had a chance to redeem myself, to really show the world that it was more than just a dope dealer, somebody chasing money, the bag, as the young folks call it, and give back in a positive way that can show others that it can be done. You know, you go down the wrong path, you always can get down the right one.
But our younger kids nowadays, it's just, you know, there's no mentors for them that would, I wish I would have had one when I was growing up. You know, that's why I work hard with our youth today to show them, man, that ain't the route. And, you know, you live by the gun, you're gonna die by the gun. Play with the system, you're gonna be in the system forever.
I believe that, you know, I'm here on earth, you know, for a reason and a purpose. And God gave me a gift, you hear me, you know, he gave me a gift of poetry and also gave me a gift of caring about, you know, our youth and what happens to them. And I kept seeing them going through a lot of stuff, man. So, yeah, this poem is for them. It's called To the Young Homies. Why bite the hand that feeds you? That person might really need you. That person might really believe in you. That person might one day be you. Your mama didn't raise no fool, so why aren't you going to school? Why don't you watch the news? Do you think your life is cool? Is it because you think you thought you knew? Or is it because you think the streets is gonna help you through? Damn, fool, wake up and smell the air. Ain't nobody there? Don't nobody care. It's just you and the Lord, player. Can you hear? Can you see? Can you smell? Well, you should know the Lord is your shepherd and you shall not fail, nor should you rebel. But y'all out here killing each other, taking a son from a mother, taking a life from a brother, taking our numbers from our colors. It's 2025. How many homies is still alive? How many homies still ride? How many homies snort powder and pop E for they high? That ain't fly. That ain't even cool. That's why the OG homies is in the pen and the young homies, they on the streets acting a damn fool. But what can I do? What can I say? I got 2 strikes on parole, homie. I'm out the way. But I pray that the Lord will keep you alive until this race war is over. I pray that the only drug you do now, if any, is Doja. I pray that the next time you feel like killing a black man in the street, you keep your composure. We ain't getting no older. Not young, I said we ain't getting no older. We literally can't keep our head on our shoulders. We really don't understand one another. We're cocively destroying our brothers. Can we get it together? Can we make it last forever? To the young homies.